If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how did the people who were loners, introverts, shy and insecure in school end up? Answer by Cecilia Smith. Well, I think I ended up doing okay. I was terribly shy in school. In my 10th year, out of 12, as a sophomore in a new high school, I can clearly remember sitting at lunch, off to the side, by myself, every day. I did not make eye contact. I did not talk to people. I wanted to simply disappear. One day a group of girls decided to befriend the new person and they all came and sat at my table, and introduced themselves, and tried very hard to get me to interact. I never even looked at them. I answered their questions with only 1 or 2 words, or ignored them. I was frozen. I had no idea what to do, how to behave, and just withdrew entirely into myself. Finally, they gave up, but they didn't completely fail. In their attempt to connect with me, something deep inside had been touched. I knew it was my fault they gave up. I knew it was my barriers that were keeping me from being able to have friends or talk to people. And I realized that I was the one who would have to do something about it. I wasn't athletic, so sports were out. I couldn't hold a tune, so not choir. I couldn't play a musical instrument, so not band. No way could I get on stage, so not theater. I thought about it all week, going through each possible extracurricular opportunity, and finding excuses and reasons for why I could not do whatever it was. But did finally find one that fit. So, that Monday, I signed up to join the Forensics Society, Speech and Debate Club. The first year, I focused on extemporaneous speech and impromptu, because both of those specialties were individual activities. I was in the club but still separate. I did not really have to socialize with anyone, but over the course of the year, I slowly found myself making connections with other club members. In my junior year, I was asked to be on the practice team for the debate teams. I still did my competition impromptu and extemporaneous, but now, I was spending several hours a week working directly with others, learning to debate, and present arguments and make logical claims. And discovered I was actually pretty good at it. In my senior year, I was actually on the debate team itself. My teammate and I were very successful. We won a lot of tournaments. We swept the state finals and made it to regional competition. I was still shy, still very introverted, but I had found a way out of my own personal isolation. Over the years, that experience helped me keep developing a personality, until eventually I did manage to learn to be more social. I still have a tendency to want to withdraw, to avoid interacting with people. I'm often quite content with my own company, but now, at 56 years old, I am alone when I want to be, not because I have to be. Answer by Tika Olia Puteri. Well, I tell you guys that being introvert in extroversion society is hard. However, being introvert in school is one of the hardest time of life. The horrible time at school is still vivid in my mind, at least until the time I typed the answer. Back then, I was a nerdy student who struggled to get 10 score in all subjects. I did not speak much to my schoolmates even for small talk because I was not a good girl who brings particular topics in a conversation. Thus, I did not socialize much with some kids at school or become popular student who joined lots of student associations. I chose to be a silent girl. I chose to not talk too much. I chose to study more than socialize. I chose to stay at home after school hours or holidays because I did not have many friends. I chose to be a loner girl who spent her own time to watch TV, read some books, and browse new stuff on the internet. It turned out that I was a victim of bully at school. A victim of psychological bully. Here are some stories that made me feel bullied in school, for being an introvert girl. Since my schools did not appreciate the existence of quiet and shy schoolgirl. First, being excluded in group tasks. Some schoolmates assumed me as a mentally ill girl who should be excluded or become a blacklist on some group tasks. This always happened all the time when I was in my horrible secondary school. Those chicks who assumed themselves as popular schoolgirl would not pick me as a member in a group task. Don't pick Tika as a group member. Don't pick Tika. She's stupid, she's quiet, she's rubbish, she can't do anything in the group. Tell her that the group is already full, said one of the chicks at school. When I was in music class, my teacher asked the students to sing a romantic song in pair, consisted of one male and one female. No one guy at my class picked me as a singing partner because I was disgusting, ugly, nerdy, and antisocial. I did not have a partner until that one day my teacher urged me to sing. I once protested him not to sing a song because I did not have a partner, but he did not care. The music teacher, then, paired me with one of naughty boy at my class. Guess what? All of my classmates laughed mockingly at us. I held my tears and shyness, and tried to sing a song. Back then when I joined scout team in an elementary school, one of the girls from my team told me this. Tika, you're no longer a member of this scout team because you're blah 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 blah. Hence, you should find a new scout group. I asked other scout teams at school whether I can join in the team or not. They spat me with a big no. I cried as I got home, told my mother that I was excluded from the scout team for shitty reason and told her that all of my schoolmates showed all of hostility to me. Next week, my mother went to school and talked to my scout teacher about my problem. Thank God, the problem was solved. I could rejoin the scout team whose one of the member had expelled me. Since then, I have the deepest trauma of working in a team of group project. Luckily enough it does not happen anymore when I get into university, albeit deep inside my heart I still feel afraid people will expel me from the team. Second, no one wanted to be my close friend. Every student at school stayed away from me since I was not a cool girl. I had a terrible physical appearance with tan skin and acne skin, did not have a sophisticated cell phone, did not have much money to hang out with friends, and did not have branded school stuffs like bags or shoes. In addition, I was shy, nerdy, lonely, and reserved. Would you like to be my friend at that time when I was in school? I bet you would not. Believe me, no one wanted to have chit-chat with me. Even one of my classmates who once sit together with me. Even those bitchy girls who always mocked me at P class or when I was in school canteen. Even those naughty boys who loved to climb up school fence and wall during school hour. No one befriended me. No one wanted to be my study partner. I did not have a real friend at school. I was frustrated. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was angry. I felt like I do not want to go to school anymore. For me, school is the genuine version of hell. For me, school is a place where the extroverts become more extrovert, and the introverts become more introvert. For me, school pushed me to be talkative and active, while my personality traits did not suitable for the situation. For me, school is a place for rich, popular, and beautiful chicks. Thus, they have the power to push those low-profile students like me. I sent my open letter to parents about my true feeling of school, that I did not want to go to school anymore and I wanted to get homeschooling as soon as possible. What did they react? They were upset and scolded me. You're in the halfway of this school and you want to quit? It's useless, bitch. You're enrolling in one of public school, and if you want to move to another school, you have to study in private school which is so expensive. Can't you see how hard I am working? Ass off for your education? Can't you see it? Private school is expensive, but homeschooling is more expensive. Sorry dear Tika, but you have to survive in this school, whatever it is, said one of the parents, who still did not know how painful I was. But I cannot stand for this situation. I cannot. Tomorrow morning I don't want to go to school. I said, crying. Well, who the hell will you be if you don't want to go to school? A jobless? A slum? A beggar? No. But Mom, Dad, I don't want to go to school. Tonight we'll take you to your teacher's house. It's nearby here. You should open up about your problems at school with her. My mother took me to my teacher's house afterwards. There, they urged me to speak up about my terrible feeling. It was hard and painful, and still I did not manage to tell all of my stories. Even I did not mention those bitchy girls who like to mock me every time at school because I was afraid my teacher will call these girls and soon those bitch are angry at me. The consultation with my teacher eventually helped me a bit to survive at school for the rest of time, although it did not healing all of my pain and trauma forever. Since then, I am afraid to communicate with the girls who look total bitchy. Since then, I am afraid to work in team. Since then, I am afraid to meet new people because I do not have good communication skills. Since then, I am afraid to go to school again. Seriously. No joke. I do not get in touch with most of schoolmates in all levels, elementary, secondary, and high school, because it is totally unnecessary and I am afraid their existence will give bad influence for my future life, in particular my career. Slow but sure, I can overcome my fear and trauma at school. I feel grateful that I have some friends who support me whoever I am when I get into university. My social life in university is more healthy psychologically comparing to that in schools, since I use the theory of not giving a FCK of something. I regain my self-esteem and comfort. When I work in team, especially when I had a mandate to manage a theater team and work as a script writer for a play performance at campus. I try to be more communicative with others, although I still find it hard to do it sometimes. I sometimes give the advice for some school kids who have similar psychological problems with me at school. Conclusion. You can tell me that my story is totally exaggerated and dramatic. However, the story of a bully victim of introverted schoolgirl is more frightening than the story in horror movies. The memory of being terrible introverted schoolgirl is still vivid in my mind that I wish to myself that this is not going to happen in my future life anymore. Answer by Saucy Khan. Well, I was a loner, for most part of my childhood, shy and introverted. Never had too many friends until a bit into my 11. Even then it was mostly have some fun at school and go to my place. How I ended up. I am 24, work as a manager at TRMS Amazon, had 26 people reporting to me at one point, delivered a role model session for a batch of freshers, delivered a few training sessions, danced in front of 600 people at work. You get the gist. So yay, it's not about what you were at school or even 2 years back. It's about what you have learned from it and how you have developed yourself. Good luck.